Well, as you can see, we've done the project up to this point in this manner. And after this, we're going to design the belt that gets placed on top of these and the hook as well. And then after that, we need to design a strut or a brace and place it on top of this, meaning it goes on the belt. So in order to design this, I'll go here and select the new family and open up a template through the menu, which you can choose line-based or face-based, whichever one you want. I'll go with line-based because the space between these two might be different in other areas, and we could just do it by clicking on the surfaces. If we select face-based, we'll have to put it in manually as well. Both are pretty good methods, but I'll go with line-based. After that, I'll select a new family profile as well. Select and open up the metric profile, and then go up here and select a rectangle, and then using an offset of 25 millimeters, I'll go here and draw it. Alright, then I'll connect this line to this part of the rectangle, and then we have the part up top which we can edit and put it on 2 millimeters. So once again, I'll go here and select it using a fillet, and then for the corners here we'll put in 0.5, and then I'll put the radius on 0.5 and check the keep concentric box. After that, let's do the same for the other corner as well on the other side. Alright, get this one down here as well, and there we go. I'll just save the file in the folder that I've saved the other files in. Right here in the files folder, we go to the families folder. Right here we'll save it and name the file plate profile. Then open up the options and put the maximum number of backups on 1 and then save it. Then I'll hit the load into project and close option. Alright, then it gives us an error that says it's unable to do so. Then after that, we have another warning that says that our profile is in a loop, so it has some slots or holes. So I'll hit cancel here, and then let's go back to the plan to see where the hole exactly is located. So select a rectangle and then hit the isolate element option, and then using the trim tool, I'll go all around the surface of the shape and just check to see if there are any holes and try to connect them up. We'll try to connect all of the openings that we may see. I think the opening was right here and it's okay now. But let's just do a quick check of the rest of it. So wherever there are any openings, the light activates, and when it doesn't activate, it means there aren't any openings in the surface. Alright, and now to test it, we'll load it into the project and it gives us the same warning. So let's just delete it once so we can get rid of it here in the plate profile section. Then we'll go back to the shape and then load it once again. Cancel on this. And let me just redesign the shape once again so we can see if the problem was with the fillet or something else. Alright, then I'll delete this and then connect these up, and then I'll save it and I'll load it into the project once again. So that was a problem. So I'll delete this once again and then go back to the plan itself. And now I'll test it. I'll select the line tool and here the fillet in the menu. Then I'll put the radius on 0.5 and then click right here on the edge. Then I'll load it to see if we get any warnings for this one corner. Alright, no warnings, so let's go to the next part. Cancel this, then I'll check the radius box and click here to draw. Then we go to the other side and do the same for these corners as well. Then load into the project and overwrite. So the issue was with the last fillet itself, and so I'll save the file up to this point and then we'll go to the next parts. Now using the sweep and the pick path options, I'll click on this and finish it up. Then we go to the left view and put the profile on by sketch. You can do that using this option up here and then I'll finish it up. Alright, now I'll select the piece and first let's go to the Manage tab and open up the object styles and do our work here. First, let me just open up the family categories and parameters menu and select the pipe accessories through the menu. Although we can put this on structural connections as well, but because these are specifically used for facility designs, I'll put them on pipe accessories so that they'll be specified. Alright, then we go to the Manage tab and the object styles. Create a new subcategory here and name it accessories. Alright, then I'll copy the name and hit OK, and then we have to change the color. I'll put an orange for now and then we'll proceed. Now I can assign it a material or go to the parameter properties and give it a parameter and the material too. Alright, so here in the properties, we'll name it galvanized and hit OK and OK once again. Then we go to the edit type and click on the material and look for galvanized through the menu. I'll add this to the top and check the use render appearance box and then I'll hit OK and OK again. Now I'll select the shape once again and put it under the subcategory of accessories. And now we're going to design the slot like the last piece. Now I'll go to the family types and create a parameter for it, which I'll name start and put it under instance and length and hit OK. Alright, then we'll add a new parameter which we'll name space. And then another one which I'll name number item. Put this under instance and the type is going to be integer. The group is other and then we'll hit OK. Now for the dimensions, I'll put the space on 40 and put the start on 25. And then we have a length on top in the constraint section. And for the formula of the number item, we can put in length divided by space. Okay, and then we go to the Create tab, select the component tool and hit open, and then we have to browse through the menu to find the item. So I'll have to go to the mechanical folder and the file folder specifically, then the family folder and select the slot file here. Open it up, then put it on place on face and right click right here. Now I can change the direction using space. Alright, we'll create a reference line here and then another one on the other side. Then use the measure tool and put one over here and then we do the same on the other side as well. Then select these two and put them under the start label and then select the align tool and lock this line up with here and these two as well. Now select it and use the array tool, then check the last box for the move to option and then I'll draw from here to here. Then use the align tool and lock this with this line and with this one as well. And then we have the number here as well, which we can put it under the label of number item as well. There we go, and I'll save the file right here in the families folder and I'll name it plate pipe support. Then open up the options and put the maximum number of backups on 1 and then save it. Now I'll hit the load into project and close option. Now here we have the face itself, so if I check the place on face option, I can move the cursor on this surface and when the face highlights and we can see it, I can just click on it and then it gets placed and then we have to go to the other side to assign the finishing points, and then it's placed in the plan. Then after that, in order to be sure, I can lock both sides up to maintain the stability. Now we have to just get a quick check to see if it's worked out or not. Select the piece and hit a section box, zoom fit, and now you can see it's placed exactly on top of the bracing here. Now later on we'll learn how to design the U-shaped brace as well, but here in the plan, if you pay attention, this part actually gets placed in the slots themselves and gets locked up, and we have the horizontal slots as well, which the braces go into. This is exactly what we have in the real world, and there are no differences between them. So there we go, we've designed this piece and placed it perfectly in the file, and we can move on and get to the next part and continue our work there.